to bring you right up to speed with everything that's happening inside the MotoGP paddock. And Lewis, we're not short of stories. There's only one place to start. We will come on to Marc Marquez's brilliance at Aragon last time out to see him extend out that World Championship lead to 32 points. But we stood in front of Prima Pramac Racing 2 weeks ago and said that a deal was ongoing. Talks were ongoing between Pramac and World Superbike champion Toprak Razgatlioglu. Well, now we can officially say that the move that some of us thought would never happen is happening. One of the great what-ifs of MotoGP for the past decade will be answered next year. Toprak Razgatlioglu is MotoGP bound. And I, for one, am very excited to find out what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't want to wish our lives away, but I almost want to get to the Valencia test at the end of the season now. I just want to see Toprak Razgatlioglu on a MotoGP bike. Many have already felt that he's one of the best riders in the world, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, but we will definitely get the answer over the course of the next few years. Toprak Razgatlioglu signed up by Yamaha. He'll be with this team, Pramac, in 2026, and we've already seen in previous years, but we saw it as recently as last weekend, the star quality that Toprak Razgatlioglu has. Gives us a year to practice how to say his name correctly, if nothing else. But of course, did the triple last weekend at Misano in the World Superbikes, even if he was helped a little bit by his main rival being taken out of the equation on the Sunday in Nicolo Bulega. But he's a two-time world champion, of course, in World Superbikes. He's now the second most successful rider in the history of the World Superbike Championship. Only Jonathan Rea has now won more races in that championship than Toprak, and we cannot wait now to see what he does on a MotoGP bike. He has got genuine star quality, and he's going to be in the right place next year.
Yeah, on the bike, off the bike, he is a real superstar, a magnificent addition to the MotoGP paddock, and I don't think you'll find anybody that isn't excited about that prospect next year. It goes against what a lot of people thought might happen in the fact that, of course, sorry, we're just doing a live show at the moment, but anyway, don't worry, as she dives through. Of course, we're... Exactly, that'll be a long lap penalty on Sunday. We were just chatting with Simon Crayford. I'll have to give him a little note to tell who our culprit is. A lot of people thought that he may well make the switch in 2027 when MotoGP teams up with Pirelli, a tyre that he knows so well, but instead, for the first year, he's going to have to acclimatise himself to the Michelin tyres, which are going to be very different to what he's used to in World Superbikes at the moment. I think Alex Rins put it quite brilliantly, and I won't quote him exactly word for word because I'll get into trouble at this time of day, but he said, a World Superbike, basically, you can be so aggressive and be able to manhandle the bike around on a World Superbike machine, but with a MotoGP bike, it takes a little bit more finesse. You have to make love to it, is what Alex Rins described the MotoGP bike as needing. So the big question is, and we won't know until Valencia, but do we think that that riding style that he has, he's so famous for, will gel with this MotoGP package? Or do we think he'll have to tweak it ever so slightly and use that obvious talent to adapt to what the MotoGP bike offers?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure Toprak is adaptable. I'm sure he is capable of adapting to whatever challenge is thrown ahead of him. You don't become a world champion at his level without doing that. So I'm sure Toprak will eventually get the hang of it. You might have to potentially keep your expectations under control initially.